you need to shop around for this phone. Now, except for the people that are really against using One UI, there's not really much of an argument. But before I get into the reasons why, you'll have to stick around to the end for that. Let me explain to you the specs and why this is so good if you get it at the right price. So, Samsung Galaxy A33. This isn't a new phone, and I'm not going to pretend it is, and it isn't a review like it's a new phone, but let me explain to you the specs and why this phone is so good. It has a very simplistic design, identical to the A53 and A73 from the back. The quad camera system with a very small bump built into the body that slopes elegantly up. Now, arguably, with most budget phones, there are only 2 out of the 4 cameras that are actually worth talking about. A 48 megapixel f1.8 primary camera with optical image stabilization, and an 8 megapixel f2.2 ultra wide with a 123 degree field of view. There's also a 5 megapixel macro camera, higher resolution than others on the market, and then a 2 megapixel depth camera, and there's also an LED flash. The body of the phone is a matte plastic finish, which arguably does feel a little bit more premium than other plastic phones on the market, and this blue color is really nice. I tend to go for blue whenever it's available in the phones I'm reviewing, and this one is no different. Buttons and ports are the usual, nothing much to report there, and you do get ingress protection thanks to the IP67 water and dust resistance for added protection. Now, if we talk display, it's a manageable 6.4 inch Super AMOLED panel with a 90Hz refresh rate and protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 5. This is a gorgeous display with bright punchy colours and nice contrast due to it being an AMOLED display, and the 90Hz refresh rate makes it a pleasure to use. And up in the top in this little notch sits a 13 megapixel selfie camera at f2.2, and you also get an under display fingerprint sensor, although which for me has been the only thing that I've been unimpressed by. It works if you get your finger in the right place, but I have found it to be very temperamental. You do, however, get the usual pin, pattern and face unlock options as well. Now, as for photos from the A33, these are excellent for a mid-range phone. Plenty of detail. Nice colour reproduction, although some would argue over the top. These are just right for my taste. There's little noise to speak of, and even the ultra-wide produces better photos than the average ultra-wide. And as you can see from these samples, overall photo quality is excellent. And 4K video is supported on the main camera of the A33 at up to 30 frames per second. This is really great quality photo, and thanks to that optical image stabilization, it's really stable as well. 4K is also supported on the front-facing camera of the A33, and electronic image stabilization is available on all of the cameras, but only up to 1080p. Overall video quality is very good, perfectly suitable for a budding videographer and for family or pet videos. For RAM and storage options, you get either 4, 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM, backed up by 128 or up to 256 gigabytes of expandable storage. And performance is courtesy of Samsung's in-house Exynos 1280 processor, built on an efficient 5nm process. This is a huge improvement over the Helio G80 and Dimensity 700 found in the A32 phones, but not quite a match for the Snapdragon 778 found in the A52s. But you do get a good combination of power and efficiency, and this is reflected in the battery life, with the 5000 mAh cell delivering all-day battery life no problem, and the 25-watt charging speeds can get from 0 to 100% in about an hour and 15 minutes. It's not the fastest, but it's respectable. So this thing is packed with great specs. It's got a gorgeous display, great battery life, great performance, and a really good camera system. And normally this phone will set you back about 300 quid new from the likes of Argos or Carphone Warehouse or something like that. But I managed to snag this one for £160 in basically new condition off eBay. It's still got some of the plastic tape around the edges, and it's got the box and the charging lead as well. So when I say shop around, I mean shop around. This is an absolutely great phone, especially at this bargain price. I mean, to be perfectly honest, at the full £300 of this phone, I don't think you'll be disappointed. But at that bargain price of 160 or even around the £200 mark, you're getting a fantastic deal, and I don't think you'll find much better. And tell me a better Android phone, new, for 160 quid, because off the top of my head, I can't think of one, but maybe you can as well. But that's been it. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.